major types of research. There are so many, types of research, and the classifications are done on the basis of the objectives of research and the nature of research. And in some cases, it is also based on the, the methodology which is used for the data collection, right? So these are the, various types of researches. So in this session, we are going to discuss the major types of research. If we classify research in terms of the objectives of research, then we have two major types of research. One is the fundamental research, and the second one is the action research, or the applied research. The fundamental research is basically about theoretical research. It is also called basic research because we want to know that what is the philosophy of something, or we want to go for the understanding of the background approach of something, right? So that is the basic research and fundamental research. The fundamental and basic research is, a broader level research which is based on aiding up to the already existing body of the scientific knowledge. On the other hand, we have, this action research or the applied research, which is the application of whatever knowledge, whatever models or theories available with us, when they are applied in order to solve a problem and in order to, just solve some issues faced by practitioners, faced by researchers and teachers. So that is the applied research or the action research, right? Then if we just study research in terms of the nature of research, we have exploratory research and the confirmatory research. Exploratory research is basically when we want to, develop a hypothesis, right? Because already we don't have enough knowledge of a particular phenomena. So we want to study it from the very beginning, and that is related to the development of a hypothesis or a concept related to a particular phenomena. So that is exploratory research. And within exploratory research, we actually do not have any hypothesis to test, right? Because since we know that this is the level of research which is done in order to study a phenomena which has not already been discussed by other experts or researchers. So we want to study it, and we want to develop a hypothesis about that phenomena, right? So that is exploratory research. And in comparison with exploratory research, we have confirmatory research. Confirmatory research is when we want to have the knowledge of something which already exists, and we want to test a hypothesis because we have sufficient knowledge of the phenomena under study, right? So we would definitely go for the testing of a hypothesis, okay? So this is, like a continuum. On one end, it is the exploratory research, because we want to study a phenomena from the very beginning without any hypothesis in hand. But at the other end of that continuum, we have confirmatory research, because the confirmatory research is related to the confirmation of, the verification of a hypothesis, let's say, because we have some knowledge of that phenomena already with us, right? So it is related to the nature of research that we have the division of exploratory research and confirmatory research. Another very popular, very important, division of research is the classification of research is on the basis of the data collection methods, right, or data collection techniques. And we have the, the very popular dichotomy in terms of qualitative, quantitative researchers, right? So qualitative research is when we want to study opinions, we want to study insights, we want to study feelings, and we are concerned with people and their understanding, right? We want to study things which are, in a very basic, context, in a very natural setting, right? So that is qualitative research. And within qualitative research, we are studying feelings, experiences, observations, and we want to, go for the perspectives of something, and we want to study people maybe and their context and their attitudes. So we want to go for qualitative research. And the major tools which are used in qualitative research are like interviews and observations, okay? And we can also study content or text within qualitative research. On the other hand, we have quantitative research. Quantitative research is basically related to this figures and this numbers and we want to study things with quantification, right? We want to have the the representative rich paradigm. We want to use representative rich paradigm because the sample is quite large in quantitative research, and quantitative research is supposed to be the representative rich paradigm in comparison with qualitative research, because qualitative research is information rich paradigm. Qualitative research give us information, in-depth in understanding and information, okay? But quantitative research is a research which gives us a maximum representation of a class or maximum representation of something, right? So that is the quantitative research. And within quantitative research, the major tools which are used are these questionnaire, suppose, because we distribute questionnaires, and it is the research where we can have maximum sample available. On the other hand, qualitative research is a research where the sample is quite small. We may have only one sample for qualitative research, but for quantitative research we need to go for a lot of a sample with us, right? Because that is the representative rich paradigm. Then we have some other types of researches in terms of the application, like for example the longitudinal research, right? When we want to study a phenomena over several time periods, okay, with the gap of a specific time period, right? So that is called longitudinal research. And on the other hand, we have cross-sectional research, okay? When cross-sectional, when we are studying different sections at one time or point, okay? So that is the cross-sectional research, right? Then we have another kind of research which is also related to the application of research, the conceptual research or empirical research. Conceptual research is when we are concerned with the abstract ideas, when we want to study abstract concepts, right? And we want to theoretically evaluate, and we want to contribute to a theory which already exists, right? And this is the research, conceptual research, which is most of the time done with the help of philosophers, with the help of thinkers. So that is conceptual research. On the other hand, the empirical research is when we go for a kind of experiments, right? And we want to use, like in a study we would go for pre-test and post-test. So we want to experiment in between, right? Between the pre-test and the post-test, and that is the empirical research when we are concerned with observing something. When we want to test something like a methodology, we may be testing a teaching methodology. So that is empirical research. And there are some other kinds of researches, but these are somehow related to the already discussed kinds of research. Like we may have educational research. When we want to study educational philosophy, we want to study teaching and learning, right, in a particular context, and we are somehow contributing to one or more than one aspects of education. Education as a system, education as a practice, education as a process, or education as a product. So when we are concerned with any aspect of education, that would become educational research. And it may be, based on some research, like it may be qualitative research or it may be quantitative research. But the purpose, since it is on the basis of the purpose of research, so we want to improve the educational system of a society. And another type of research might be historical research, when we want to study historical evidences, when we want to study, some historical views, because we are concerned with the history of something, right? So in historical researches, we may be exploring evidences, and we may be, exploring remains, okay? So that is the kind of research which is called historical research.